Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all living human beings on planet Earth. Today, I've come again to give an interpretation of ayahs, or some of the ayahs or verses of the Holy Quran, explaining in those verses of the ayahs of the Holy Quran. We are going to look at the very beautiful religion of Islam and the relationship of the religion of Islam with human bodies, and with human bodies, with the lives of human beings, as well as the environment. One of the most important things that has to be explained to human beings is to show the very, very facts and details and evidence of Islam as the most beautiful religion that from which every human being on this planet, every human being was created from the very most beautiful religion of Islam. Human beings, you were all created from the very most beautiful religion of Islam. The religion of Islam, the religion that is the religion of the entire creations of the universe, in the universe, and of the universe. Everything that exists in the universe, the religion of those creations is Islam. Islam is the religion of every living thing on this planet, and in the universe. My people, you need to know the very beautiful religion that makes every human being on this planet human beings, because without the religion of Islam, or without the mercy of the religion of Islam, nothing would be in existence on this planet. Human beings. Especially, I need to inform a people of the Western Hemisphere, or anyone who thinks that they are not Muslim. I need to pass this information to every human being. Those who are already Muslims or practice Islam, and those who identify themselves as non-Muslims, or with who have beliefs, who follow other beliefs that beliefs that were conjectured by human beings. A belief is not a religion. A religion is a religion is a holy because a religion is a holy divine decree of Allah that what we call a religion. A religion includes everything around a human being. The air you breathe is a part of the very religion in your own bodies. Human beings, You should know this thing that a belief is different from a religion. Islam, as I said to you as human beings, that Islam is a religion from which every living thing on this planet was created. Every human being on this planet was created from the religion of Islam. Because Allah, who created human beings and who created the universe and who created this planet, His absolute divine holy decrees demands that human beings should be all He created them, and He demands that all human beings are Muslims. All living human beings are Muslims because they were created from the most beautiful religion of Islam, the religion of Allah, the religion for all living creations. Islam is the religion of life, the religion of the water that human beings drink, the religion of the air that human beings breathe, the religion of this planet Earth, as well as every object or every star, every living thing that you look at in the universe. The religion of those creations is Islam. And I'll bring you back to planet Earth. That the religion of a plant that you look at is Islam. The religion of a tree is Islam. The religion of the very food that grows on trees and plants that you people consume as food, the religion of those creations is Islam, because Allah decreed it. Allah's absolute divine decree demands that those creations which are Muslim, they live, they work in harmony, or they enjoy in harmony to human beings, as well as you human beings. You have to enjoy peace and harmony to the environment or the creations that are around you. And in that process of enjoying peace and harmony to yourselves as human beings, as well as the creations that lives on this planet Earth, that practice in some kind of interpretation is what we call Islam. Is what we call Islam. In one way or the other, that is Islam. For you as a human being to be able to drink water, and then it makes you feel that it has quenched your thirst. That relationship, that relationship, or that relationship is what we call. In other words, you would say it's Islam. You to be able to live on the creation which is called water. Water is the creation of Allah. Allah created water, and Allah put a divine decree that water, human beings are to drink water, so that they when they drink water, they feel comfortable. And when the water goes into the human body, is able to work with what is already the mechanisms and principles and application in a human body that applies to the religion of Islam and the religion of water, so that they work together, so that the water does not harm the human being, as well as the human being to be able to feel and enjoy the beauty of the water that they drink. So these are what you see as what you understand as the relationship that joins you to be able to drink water or to walk on this planet or to do anything with interaction with all creations on this planet. That religion is what we call the religion of Islam. And Islam itself is the very religion that makes a human being to be able to do whatever that you do on this planet. That is to be able to conduct things like interaction with other human beings, interaction with your children, interaction with your parents, interaction with a reasoning degree of being able to reason, as well as to articulate reason and realize that this is my mother, this is my father, this is my children, this is my sister, things like that. That those interpretations, the in-betweens of those interpretations in your interactions between the environment, your fellow human beings, as well as other creation on this planet. That is what we would call Islam. Islam. And Islam has decrees, divine decrees that Allah laid down for human beings to follow or to adhere to, so that they are able to live in their societies in peace and harmony, to be able to dispense peace to them, to fellow human beings, as well as other creations in the around them, as well as the environment. So, for many years, people on this planet do not have a clue what is Islam. Many years, people are living on this planet and they don't have a clue what Islam is. But Islam, to start with, is the very air that you as human beings breathe. The very air that a human being breathes is Islam. The very water that a human being drinks is Islam. The very food that a human being eats is Islam. And if we are to go inside the human body, I will show you something that makes Islam the most beautiful religion from which every human being was created. Now, we are going to go into the brain of a human being. How a brain of a human being was created, or how it sits in the head or in the skull of a human being. The brain of a human being is got two sections, a right-hand section and a left-hand section. And it sits in the skull in a shape, a base shape foundation structure which looks like a W or a character of a W. But in Islam, in the Arabic language, the word or the most beautiful name Allah, how it's written in the Arabic format language, that the most holy, beautiful name Allah shows exactly the base, foundation base, how the brain of a human being sits in the skull of the head, or in the skull of a human, in the skull or the head of a human being. I'll repeat that the brain of a human being consists of two sections, a right-hand section and a left-hand section. If you are viewing it from the forehead, if you are viewing the brain of a human being from the forehead, it has two sections, a left section and a right section. If you are viewing it from the sides or of the head of a human being, from the side, that means the ears and all that, that is the size. It has 5 subsections. And the name Allah, the most beautiful name, Allah, how it is written in the Arabic format. In the Arabic format, it has a character which looks like a W, a continuous W, a W or a continuous W. The W, the first 2 sections of that continuous W shows the 2 sections of the brain, if you view the brain from the forehead. And if the continuous section of the W shows the other subsections of the brain, if you view the brain from the sides of the head of a human being. So that is the signature of the religion of Islam, because Allah made that signature to make human being understand that you, as a creation of human being, you are Muslims. All of you on this planet. You are living Muslims on this planet. And with the signature as the base, the foundation base of the brain of a human being, or how the brain sits in the head or in the skull of a human being, that signature shows, as I've shown you, that it shows the 2 sections of the head, the brain, the left hand section and the right hand section. And if you are to, and that is those sections, or that signature shows, it looks like a W, a continuous W. It's not a continuous W, but it's how Allah showed human beings that this is how your brain sits in the head or in the skull of a human being. Only Allah can show, only Allah has those details. No one can fabricate and say, oh, this is, no. Those details were made by He who designed and created the brain of a human being. And with the brain of a human being, without the brain in a human being, that human being cannot be living, cannot live. A human being without a brain cannot function, is nothing. So Allah, the most holy, glorified Almighty Allah, created human beings. Every single human being on this planet is a human being created by Allah. And with that, Allah made the base that the skull, the brain of a human being sits on, as a signature which Allah showed to Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, that this is how a brain sits in the head of a human being, on the foundation of a signature of the very name in Arabic which we understand as the most beautiful name, Allah. As I showed you, as human beings, the name Allah, how it is written in the Arabic format, it shows 2 sections which looks like a W or a continuous W. That continuous W, the 2 sections, the 2 first sections, right to left, shows the 2 sections of the brain. If you are to look at the brain from the forehead, but then there is an extension on the W which shows other sections. The very last section on the left shows the section of the brain where it connects the brain to the nervous body, the nervous system of the body of a human being. So that shows you that Allah created human beings. When He created human beings, He gave them what we call a percentage, because the very fact that the brain of a human being in the skull sits on the foundation base of the signature of the name of Allah, that gives human beings a percentage of Allah. With that, He gave human beings a percentage of what we call mental development, for human beings to be able to reason and articulate reason, to look in the mirror and you look in the mirror and you recognize that that's you or that's a human being, as well as recognizing your parents, your children, your wife, and so on, and recognize other human beings as human beings. And with that, Allah demands that this very creation, you as human beings, you should not at any cost or at any given whatever, engage yourselves in acts of violence against creations of which are identified as fellow human beings. Under no any circumstances should a human being engage in what you call bloodshed. Bloodshed is something that even animals, you hardly come across animals tearing each other apart. So with a human being, Allah created a human being and Allah gave them what we call mental development. Some of you can read, can write, as well as can read, can write, can even manufacture things like toys, like cars and airplanes. When you do such things, then you have to put in respect of life what is life of human beings and what is the importance or the importance of being living human beings. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.